You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and welcome to another Raw review, a sub-series of Red Eye Raw, where I review something in a raw format, unedited, just with me and the camera, using my phone here instead of the webcam, because it looks better, and that's what I wanted to do. But I just finished watching South Park: The End of Obesity, which is the latest of the Paramount specials. Now, I haven't watched any of the other Paramount specials yet. I do own the post-COVID specials, for the same reason that I own this, actually, because I bought them with a gift card for Walmart that I got as an incentive at work, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. Same kind of story with this. I had a gift card from Walmart, left over from last year with some money on it, and so I decided I would get it and give it a try. That's the inner case. As you can see, I'm holding up the DVD. Disc art's very plain. I'm going to show it off in the collection update, too. But very, very plain disc art. The DVD, very, very simplistic menu. Just a still image. And the only option other than play is subtitles. Now, it's 50 minutes. That's 50. So, again, it's basically a double-length episode, maybe slightly more. But it's effectively a double-length episode, as all of the Paramount specials are. Now, what this episode is about is Ozempic and other similar weight loss drugs. And it sort of does a commentary on, like, the American healthcare system and how much, like, bureaucracy and red tape and bullshit there is with it. Which, to be fair, yeah, there's a lot. It's kind of a mess because of insurance companies and shit, right? But as far as that goes, the episode itself focuses on Cartman trying to get said weight loss medication. Meanwhile, all of the moms of the town have started taking it and showing off their midriff, and that's kind of the A plot and B plot, and Randy gets kind of entangled with the moms. Because he thinks that it's like hardcore drugs, like, you know, cocaine and heroin and shit. That's one thing I'll give this episode. Randy was Randy again in this as well. Like, if you remember, one of the things I praised about the Integrity or Critigree Weed St. Patrick's Day special, as well as basically the entirety of season 26, was that Randy felt like Randy again for the first time in forever. Well, he felt like Randy in this too. Because he was stupid and thought they were drugs, and he was going out and partying with MILFs and not understanding how it all worked. It does kind of run through the jokes over and over and over again and beat them into the ground like modern South Park tends to do. It's funny. There are a lot of funny moments. I would still say this episode is not, like, spectacular. It's decent enough. It had some really funny moments, like when Cartman was imagining himself as skinny and going around insulting everybody. I loved that. That was just Cartman being Cartman. Again, fucking great. They did that again at the end because they're like, let's as a society decide we're not gonna insult obese people, which, again, that's kind of lame, kind of cringe. The episode, I don't think, could make up its mind on obesity and, like, you know, standard horseshoe theory, Matt and Trey. A lot of the episode, it seems to be critical of all the women taking Ozempic, but only in, like, the most surface level of senses. Because they're, like, robbing pharmacies and shit like that, and, like, hijacking trucks and shit to try and get more. And then, you know, Randy being stupid. But then, like, on the other hand, they also are critical of, you know, fucking obesity acceptance with, you know, them making fun of Lizzo and having Lizzo be the alternative. That was mildly amusing. As far as that goes, I think the best parts of this episode were Randy and Cartman, when he's insulting people, were also great. Cartman also has these things called cereal bombs, where he gets a bucket of KFC chicken and throws a bunch of cereal and other shit in there and then eats it. That was kind of funny. And also, like, ridiculously excessive. Also, proper Kenny death. There was a Kenny death in this episode. So, there's that. They had a proper Kenny death. Now, something that was a little disappointing, very, very, very minor nitpick, with the Kenny death. They're like, oh no, Tony the Tiger killed Kenny. Why the fuck did Kyle not say you bastard? Come on, guys. It would have been a nice callback. It was kind of character-focused, but it still does suffer a lot from being mostly just like, how can we use the characters to portray this thing? Maybe not to the same egregious degree as some of the modern South Park episodes, but it is still pretty standard modern South Park fare. It was a decent enough episode. I had some laughs here and there, but it certainly isn't one that I would put in like in the top tier. Like it's definitely just kind of there with modern South Park. It has its moments. It didn't really piss me off at any point like some of the episodes can. There was some cringe in it. Apparently there was audio of Trey Parker actually injecting himself with some of this stuff. I don't know where that audio was, because it didn't really have like a ton of crazy gross audio, but it gave a warning, so I was expecting like a big but no, nothing like that. Just a click every time they used it. So I don't know if there was a specific instance where that was, or if it was just a simple click that they thought would be like weird to people. I don't know. But they also came up with this really weird joke about how Lizzo makes you shit out your ears, and they repeated it several times. It was a very odd joke. I didn't really get what they, like, I know they did a similar thing in Gluten-Free Ebola where they said, like, oh, gluten will make your dick fly off, and that was funnier than this, with that joke. And I would say this episode actually does kind of feel a lot like Gluten-Free Ebola in the same kind of thing it's trying to accomplish. But nevertheless, it's fine. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's fine. Had a few laughs. I might watch it again someday, maybe. I can't really ever see myself really craving to watch this episode when I could go back and watch a classic, like Kenny Dies or Return of the Fellowship of the Ring to the Two Towers, or even like later ones, like Fat Beard or Dead Celebrities. I mean, those later ones are actually pretty old now in comparison. I'm just saying, this is pretty standard modern South Park fare. If you like modern South Park, you'll like this. It's decent enough. It's inoffensive. It's there. Has a couple of good moments. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this raw review. This has been Fugitive Red Eye. Have a good one. Toodles!